Hi, so tonight I will be going into a deep dive about training the mental health providers going into mental health units on how to do discharge better, especially for those with a combination of mental health issues and chronic conditions and disabilities, which unfortunately I have all three, so be lucky me. So one thing is they could make sure that you know what med train them to teach the patient or the client what their meds are, why they're prescribed, what to look out for possible side effects. Make sure that they know who their outside providers are or are going to be. Have them ask make sure to ask them if they have any questions. Ask them if they are ready to go. Because most of the times, at least all 3 times that I was in a mental health unit, I was ready to be discharged and come home, but at the same time, it's so late because I felt like I wasn't really being fully treated on the units. But at the same time, I was not ready because I didn't understand they never told me what to look out for side effects of medications, or that never told me that my seizure med and my 2 antidepressants can cause cravings for salt and make me more thirsty, more parched. That I only found all that out when I did my own research after I got home, because I was wondering why I was craving so much salt during the outpatient programs. So then I was also, so I told my epileptologist after discharge at my appointment with him about what was going on. And that's when he switched me my seizure medication, and my outside provider took me off of one of my antidepressants and lowered my other one. And within the first 3 days of me starting the new regimen, I actually didn't crave as much salt. And honestly, I think that's because I got rid of 2 of the 3 medications that can cause that. But that would have been nice to have been told as a possible side effect. And another thing would have been, like, for my 2 antidepressants, that they could cause serotonin syndrome, like I mentioned before. So if they just sat down and talked to me a little bit before discharge, that would have been helpful. Since she says that it was kind of like a little, as I like to say, going a little stir crazy and not really knowing, like, or understanding anything that they were telling me. Another thing is, tell them right away on discharge day what time they're being discharged, like a raw time frame they're being discharged. That way they know and don't get anxious and wonder what's going on, when am I being discharged. Because I was literally pacing back and forth in the unit this time waiting to be discharged, waiting for my time to be discharged to get there. And that was another opportunity for the staff to come and talk to me and see how I was feeling and what was going on, why I was pacing. And so that's another thing to think about, is asking the patient actually if they're like, if you see them pacing or anything, asking them if they're okay, what's going on, to just make sure that they wouldn't possibly have to be readmitted right away, because that's the last thing we want, right? Make sure that they have all their belongings. Make sure they understand when to take their meds. That was one thing I literally did this time, was before I was discharged, as they were giving me my discharge papers, I was like, can you write down the times of the meds that I'm taking? So that was helpful. Having that timing, just to see like how much time between for the inhaler, how much time in between for my headache medication. So it was just an easier way for me to keep track once I did get home. And also give them, like I said yesterday, multiple copies of the safety plan. And if they have something like epilepsy, maybe get neurologist or an epileptologist to come to the unit and create a seizure action plan, which is like a safety plan for somebody that has epilepsy, and have them take home multiple copies of that at the same time. Sorry. So that way they can give outside providers all the info that is needed. And when they go see those outside providers for the first time post-discharge, and let them know that they're going to be contacted for the first 30 days, if is the case. Or here in Maryland, it's supposed to be the case, but 2 of my 3 times that didn't happen. I think this time it didn't happen because I was doing the step down programs at the same hospital. So it was kind of like they was staying in contact with me for the first few days, 15 days, I think. No, almost first 30 days of the being discharged, after being discharged from the unit. So it was like an extension of the unit, but I wasn't locked up the whole time. Like the week I was there on the unit. But it's actually the same floor that you actually see the entrance to the unit when you get on the floor. And there were several times, honestly, they just wanted to walk in there and say hi to the staff on the unit after I was discharged. Another thing is, maybe if they do have disabilities, maybe give them a little, in a sense, little fidget or a little teddy bear or whatever that they can take home, because not everyone will have easy access to that stuff or won't have that stuff already. So that would be helpful because not everybody can afford that kind of stuff. That is it for today, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.